Welcome back to another episode of the No Filter Tattoo Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Theo, along with Bryson, and today we got a special fill-in host, boy Cristian, one of the resident artists at Golden Anchor.
Lettering master.
Yeah, lettering master, expert,
Sure.
great at black and gray, all that stuff.
I appreciate
But
that.
he's a very humble guy, man. So, but anyways, on top of that, we got a very special guest today. We got a great artist, versatile, over 10 years experience. We got my boy, Kayo, whatever you know. So you got so many
Whatever you
names.
wanna call me.
You got a lot of names.
A lot of
Whatever you
names,
wanna call
man.
me.
Hit that
Whatever
applause
you want, man.
button
Hit
real
that
quick.
applause button. They clapping right now. They clapping for you, bro.
Man, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate
Yes, sir,
y'all.
man.
You know, for real.
Ah,
for
man. Welcome on the podcast. Welcome to the show, bro. How you feeling today?
real. Man, amazing, man. I feel blessed, man. You know, like, I had to tell you earlier, like, I had to catch church, dog. Like, I had to.
Nah, it's good. It's good, man.
Had to.
Gotta stay blessed, man. Especially
Sure.
times like this, bro. So appreciate you making time to come see us, bro. Like I was doing your intro before, man. You got over a decade of tattoo experience, right?
Yeah, man. 13 years at this
13
point.
years, man.
13
So
teenager years. All right.
so now you know over those 13 years, you done sculpted your style. So I know you're a versatile artist, man. But I would say you probably most known for your vibrant color work, color realism, and your cover ups too, bro.
Sure.
So like, what do you feel like talking about today? I know it's so much stuff we can get into, bro. Of course, we're gonna get into knowing more about your history
Yeah.
and your come up too, man. But
Sure.
how you feeling in the tattoo world today?
Oh, man. It's amazing, like, to see where things are now than what it used to be.
Yeah,
Because back in the day, you already know how it used to be. It used to be so gatekeepy. We used to have to try to scavenge for information and stuff like that. So we couldn't really get the information that we needed. We had to go to YouTube or try to go to a shop or
right.
you don't,
And now everybody has
that
that.
happened to us, you know?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So definitely. So I know nowadays you got you had a private studio earlier, but now you partner up with Big L. Shout out to Big L,
Sure.
man.
Tattoos
And-
by Big L.
Yeah, you opening up the Dark Hues, correct?
Yeah, the Dark Hue Standard.
Yeah, man, that's dope, man.
What made
Congrats.
you come up with that name?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of unique.
Well, if you look up the definition of a hue,
Mm-hmm.
when I first thought of hue, it just stuck with me. I was just like, man, like outside of that, it means like character,
Okay.
you know, all aspects of just being like almost basically true to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just something about something about dark. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it just
Some people look at saturation color, but nobody ever look at the hues.
It's almost like an oxymoron, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and with us saying like the dark hue standard, we just really wanted to set the tone, set the standard for you know, a lot of times being a black tattoo artist, we are looked at in a certain light, in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
So we just wanted to set a certain standard with our character,
Okay.
also with our work,
Yeah.
and also with our
Most
quality as well, and our customer service. So that's what we really want to bring to the game.
Oh, yeah.
Not bring to the game, but you know,
Showcase, man. Yeah, that's,
Hey, you bringing it, man.
just bring something different. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
nah,
Because
definitely.
the stuff
bro.
that we see now is like, you see most black tattoo artists and people think of us a certain way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And not all of us are like that.
Mm-mm.
So this is us.
Why do you think
breaking that mold.
why do you think that stereotype sometimes is like connected with black tattoo artists?
Ironically, TV.
Yeah,
TV,
like, so certain shows, Black Ink, some stuff like that. I'll say.
You stern.
T-
Yeah. Oh, I thought it would be me. Okay.
Nah, man. I mean, let's be real. Like, yeah,
Shout out to C's, man.
yeah. Shout out there, man.
He
Shout
gave me
out
an opportunity. I'll give him his flowers. You know, C's gave me an opportunity. I'll forever be grateful to C's. You know, that experience, whatever that experience was for everybody else, my experience was different because I came with a business mindset. It molded me being around a vast majority of different artists, and I met some of my best friends and my peers from just being there, you know, and I grew as an artist from that. But yeah, man, I think it's proximity too as well. A lot of times, like where we come from, where we grow, you know, where we grow from or whatever.
Right. It's like a
We only
different
know what we
mindset.
know.
Yeah.
So
So
if
it's
you-
like that hustle mindset.
yeah, man. So if you see this type of art, if you only see this one type of thing, you only think that far.
Right.
So sometimes
It's like a part of the environment.
yeah, we find ourselves trying to prove ourselves to people.
Mm-hmm.
I know y'all probably been in that situation where like somebody asks what you do,
Mm-hmm.
and then you say like I
Oh, yeah.
tattoo. And they're like, oh man, I really don't want tattoos and nothing like that. And then you show them your work, your page.
Yeah.
You know what? I really was thinking about getting that tattoo. That shit funny,
now,
right?
now they
it's
see
real
that you,
funny.
you tattoo for real, you know?
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah.
Nah, that happens a lot, man.
I
honestly.
definitely always tell people, like Uber drivers, like when they say what I do and stuff like that, I just say I let you vote on how good I am. Like I never look at mine and be like, yo, I'm like this. I always just tell them I let you dictate it. Because at the end of the day, I always tell people when they come in, I say, you in charge of the yes or no. I'm just able to do it.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree.
Get to the point, man. I'll be completely honest with you.
Mhm.
I don't even tell people I'm a tattoo artist.
No,
I
no,
don't say
no.
nothing at all.
Mm.
People always guess wrong. They think I'm doing something in music, or they think I'm doing
Yeah,
something
yeah,
else.
Atlanta,
I mean, you do like R&B singer. Like,
That's got cut the locks off, man. That's crazy. Before they thought I was a producer or something crazy, something like that. I rapped or
I
something.
can
I was
see.
like,
Oh,
nah,
well,
man.
I
like-
see that. I see.
But it's crazy because my background started in music. That's
Mhm.
why I'm able to edit my videos to where I am. That's why I'm able to. I know how to mix and master. I know how to do a whole bunch of different things.
Did you go to school for that, or you just learned on your own?
I learned it on my own, and also I have family members that are in video production as
Okay.
well. So like I learned all that stuff from that. Like,
From
and
that,
I also
yeah.
wanted to be an engineer, so I'm kind of into.
okay.
I'm into all these different
do that.
things, and it ended up playing into tattooing. Ironically, didn't think it would, but it did.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy how everything works out,
Yeah.
man.
Mhm.
But for the record, I wasn't an R&B singer. I actually rap. I
Okay.
was trash. I was trash.
Hey.
I had a couple views on YouTube, whatever. That shit gone. So y'all don't even try to look for it. Don't. It's gone.
It ain't like Ice JJ Fish. is
Oh
it?
no, not for sure. Nah.
I don't do it like that, man. Come on.
I was all right, man. I was
Okay,
all right.
cool.
I was all right.
Nice. Hell yeah.
All right, bro. So, like, we kind of, I guess let's dive deep into that more, or like your story. How'd you get into tattooing, and how'd you become like the businessman, the professional, and the standard that you have now? You know, how'd you get to that point?
Well, I'll be completely honest with you. It took a lot of trial and error, a lot of
Okay.
mistakes, and unfortunately, like everybody can't go where you're trying to go. Or
Yeah,
they don't understand where you're trying to go. So when I first did my first tattoo, ironically, man, it was like in a shed, bro.
Nah,
It was like the population where I was at that time, in my life,
bedroom, man.
bro.
Carpet on the floor.
Bro, I think the population was maybe 2,000 people,
Ooh, that's
and it was a wishing well
So
system.
you from small town then? Or,
Well, where I'm actually from, I'm from Fort Valley. I'm from
Okay.
Fort Valley, Georgia.
okay.
But I did my first tattoo somewhere close to that area, and bro, it had the freaking rain for the rain. If you're from the country, you know what I'm saying. Like it had the rain and stuff for the water pressure to come up and stuff like that. So like my first tattoo was ironically, I was already known for art. I was customizing shoes. I was painting shoes,
So
airbrushing.
you drew, you draw, and you painted. You did stuff like that a lot before.
I did all that
tattooing?
stuff, man.
Okay.
I did all that stuff, even in elementary back in the day when like Sammy and Lil Sammy and Bow Wow, Romeo, all
you did this
all that
stuff?
stuff they was coming about in elementary. I knew that the girls like those people, so like we had the binders and the folders, so I would cut them out. I would get the Word Up magazines, cut it out. So I always had a business mind. And I would sell it to them. They would see it, I would sell it to them. And back then we all had to like take art. So I knew that my cousin, she had to take art. So I would do her art homework. I was in elementary doing her art homework while she was in high school. So
That's
when
crazy.
the kids get on the bus, I would draw everybody picture real fast. They'd give me $1, $5 or whatever. So
Damn, okay.
that's what I would do. Like I would just get money, and it went from that to painting shoes to airbrushing. Then I got on the newspaper, the news and stuff like that. And then I got to college, was a broke college student, and it transitioned to me doing my first tattoo. And I was already so known, it didn't. I
So
never
you
started having
tattooed
customers.
while in college, still in college.
Yep, I was
Okay.
20 when I did my first tattoo.
Okay, cool. Wait, that was. I'm assuming you went to Fort Valley.
Fort Valley State.
Okay, cool.
Fort Valley State. Yep.
That's what's up, man. Shout out to Fort Valley State. And so I'm assuming you pretty much you had to learn on your own, right?
I learned everything on my own. With the help of Johnny Goat.
Shout out to
I used to watch him all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
They hated
yeah, a
that
lot
guy
of
because back then gatekeeping was real, bro. It was real.
it was
Trial and error. And I got a couple tattoos when I was 15 when I ran track and stuff like that. Snuck and got it. My cousin back then he was doing tattoos. So like I watched him and I would just see the setup, and then I would just try to emulate that and
Right.
what everybody was doing. So trying to be this what
So
I am.
what kind of success did you see? Like, you feel like, was it a struggle pretty much?
7 years struggle.
Seven
It was a struggle. I made money, but it was trial and error because I didn't really understand certain things as far as the business structure of how things supposed to go,
Okay.
or how to handle customers, how to know if customers are bullshitting you, how they gonna flake on you, or it was just a lot of things I didn't understand at the time.
So did you when did you try to make a transition into a shop, or did you ever like what? Like how did you go and get that guidance? I would say like that.
Ironically, when I moved back home, because
Where's home?
I started tattooing from Fort Valley, and I moved to Fresno, California.
Okay.
So when I moved to Fresno, California, I was still in college mode. So what I learned from Fort Valley stayed in the stuff that we did there. I threw parties, so people know who I am.
Okay.
So again, I'm keeping that business mindset because I know
Here
nobody
California had the best house party.
I'm like if then if anybody from Fresno 559, the law parties downtown Fulton Avenue in my loft, it was a 3-story loft.
Mm-hmm.
They'll tell you we had the radio station, we had everybody there.
Mm-hmm.
It's biggest, we charging $50 at the door.
Damn.
So what I was doing there, like I knew I linked up with the Capitals out there, and we threw a party. It went crazy.
Okay.
And from that point, what I was doing there, every time people came to the party, I put a piece of art there. People see me more and more. So I started to create that face value. I did a lot of the groundwork back then. So what happened was, oh, this is going to turn into this, because it was a storefront at the bottom.
Okay.
So, oh, this is about to be a tattoo shop. Then they start putting my face to this. So I always had this mindset of trying to be who I am today.
Mm-hmm.
So
Got the blueprint.
yeah, it just kept growing, man. It just kept growing.
All right, that's what's up. So I guess, so I'm assuming like trying to get an apprenticeship back then was kind of like out the picture. Wasn't that many options.
Man, where I'm from, hell no. It was nothing but the biker shops. I remember the first and last time I went into a shop, and it was in Macon.
Ooh.
It was in Macon, Georgia. I was born in Macon, and this shop was across the street from the mall. And I went over there. I saw they put an ad out and said they needed apprentice.
Okay.
So I went up there, had my portfolio, my drawings and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was at the mall when I saw it, because I was following all the shops around the city. So I went up there, and they just looked at me. It was like a death stare, like. And I said, "Yeah, I'm trying to become an apprentice or whatever." Said, "No, we full." And I'll just leave that there. What that y'all know what that meant, but
Yeah.
I never asked again from that point.
No, I feel
So
you.
I said, fuck it, I'll take matters into my own hands, and I made a buzz for myself. Fort Valley, Runner Robins, all of Middle Georgia, and I became the most well-known artist in Middle Georgia. I became the face of Middle Georgia, 478, and it just grew till they started reaching out to me, but it was too late.
Mm-hmm.
I was the guy in the house that
They
that was
Chappelle's
so
your
popular,
ass,
it didn't matter.
Like,
Yeah,
what do you need me for?
yeah.
Yeah.
But see, now that I had that buzz, it was,
Mm.
and that whole time, like I just kept building. I ain't look back.
Mm-hmm. During that transition of, like you said, you said something that was pretty interesting of how do you understand the bullshitters and not, because you said that was hard for you starting off during the time that you got known in the middle of Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
What's one thing you learned that was most important for you to organize that for yourself?
2 things.
Uh-huh.
Magic word. It start with deposits.
Okay.
That shit is important.
All
They
right.
doing deposits, man. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's your cousin, your sister, your friend.
Business,
Take those
business,
deposits. Business is business, and they're gonna feel some type of way regardless.
Family.
It doesn't matter.
Man,
yeah. It doesn't matter. And
Cristian cold-blooded, man. Everybody in my family.
Chris said.
oh yeah, man. And the other thing I would say, take that money up front.
Okay.
I take my money up front.
You talking about the whole payment, or are you talking
The
about
whole thing, like when they pay the deposit, they come to the shop. We go through the design process. We do everything we need to do. You approve of it.
Mhm.
You already researched me. You know what I do. You sign the contract, because I have contracts that obligate me and my client, whatever, that holds me to a certain standard. So yeah, before my needle touched the skin, I get all my payment.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it's been times where people get the pat in their pockets, and now you in a situation to where it's like, damn, do I really have to show somebody something, or do I really have to like? It's a business. It's a certain situation that puts you in, and you worked all day, and now somebody pretend like they don't have it. So I just don't.
Did you go through that a lot? You would say like a lot of clients like wouldn't have the money after you tattoo them.
Man, I had one instance where I tattooed this girl back home, and I got done doing the tattoo, right? And I'm in college, bro. She was like, yeah, I'm finna go to the bank. I go to the bank, and I'll be right back.
Yeah.
The bank was up the street, bro. Man, her friends came and picked, like, she got the tattoo. I looked out the window. I was in the blinds. I looked out the window. Bro, that girl was doing like a 4 flat to the car running. I'm thinking like, damn, she trying to pay me fast. I'm like, damn, bro, I did my shit. You feel me? I get like I look, the car skirts off. Never saw her again.
Dang.
Never saw her again. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, what's going on? Never saw her again.
Okay.
Yeah, and I remember this was like 3 years ago. You had on your side story one time. This girl was like, for the sake of the story, let's just say the tattoo was $800, and they was like, "Look, I ain't got all I got is $400. So if you wait 2 weeks, I can pay you the rest." I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I was in Memphis. I used to go to Memphis a lot.
Oh, you was on tour, if I remember.
I was on tour at that time,
Mm-hmm.
and I ironically started to get really popular in, out there as well. Yeah, she was just like, "Yeah, I'll pay you in 2 weeks." I was like, "Fuck no."
Yeah, you pretty much said that.
I was like, "Fuck no, I don't play that shit,
Yeah.
man." I'm real straightforward. I'm a real straightforward person. I believe in clear cut business. Man, I dubbed that. Man, I made twice as much as that because I had a waiting list of people that was waiting on me to come because I would come like every year and they was waiting on me.
So what do you do like if someone, after they pay fully and you have to like reschedule, something comes up, or they're like, "Oh, I want my money back," something, I need the money back, or because like we deal with that with deposits a lot sometimes, but then having to deal with like a full like payment and then they haven't gotten the tattoo yet, I feel like you might have to deal with like a lot more entitled clients who feel like, no, that's my money still. So like, how do you avoid those kind of situations? I guess you would say.
Well, I'll be honest with you, man. My biggest problem is I never cancel appointments. I work too much.
Okay.
I work too much. Like I had to. This is the first year where I cut my hours down, my days of work down.
How many days you doing now?
I only do 4 now.
That's good. That's the sweet spot. Yeah.
Man, I was working every day, and I'll be honest. It takes a toll on like you, your body, because people don't. Yeah, your personal life. Trying to ask your spouse to understand, even though they understand and they're there.
Right.
But it still takes time away from certain stuff, important stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just a balance. But as far as I forgot the question, bro.
Like when people want to like let's say you
They
already
want their
kind of
money
answered
back.
like if you
they
need
want
their
their money back?
they want their money back basically.
Well, see, this is how I do. So like mostly if you see like 1 day sessions, 2 day sessions, or whatever, maybe 3 day sessions possibly.
Okay.
They're only paying for that day.
Right.
So if they're there, I'm there. That's the payment that you that you pay for. I don't take.
Oh, so you
I
take
don't-
the
I
payment
don't-
on
I
the
don't
day
take-
of.
Yeah, I take it on the day of.
I thought you were taking it
No,
like
no,
when you
no.
take the deposit, you take the whole like.
No.
No, I take
Okay,
the
okay.
deposit.
Before the needle hits skin.
Yeah,
I got you,
I take
I
the
got you.
deposit, and then it's the remaining due at the shop.
Okay.
Make sure they're comfortable with everything they need to be comfortable with. I used to send the designs out a day before I stopped doing that. I just find it better. I just find it better that I just wait.
So what made you change not sending out the design beforehand?
Well, honestly, it was just a business decision. Nothing really ever happened to me. And then sometimes you get those clients who want to make changes and
Kinda
sometimes
nitpicking
don't want to make changes, and they ask their friends who don't have a fucking tattoo.
Right. Yeah.
They ask people who don't know shit about tattooing, and they suggest these dumbass things. So it's just like I find it more comfortable for the client. They're kind of antsy sometimes or whatever when they come in or whatever, but when they see it and then we work through it as a collaborative effort,
Right.
they feel comfortable. It makes them feel like they made the tattoo too.
Yeah.
So I found that it's just more of a personal experience and
No, I agree.
business decision for me.
Yeah, I'm the same.
And it's your creative IP. You gotta keep that shit because people run off with your designs.
Oh, yeah.
They
That'll
run off with
happen.
all that shit. they'll do that. It hasn't happened to me, but I'm
It's
sure.
happened to me before. Shit.
Man, I learned. I watched somebody else. It happened to somebody else, and I learned.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Nah,
Yeah.
man.
Nah, man. But I mean, so that's dope. I mean, I like how you doing business that works best for you. So what I'm kind of interested in is like so you said it took you about 7 years to get good, right? You would say.
7 years.
So what were the key factors to help you? Like did you get help from other artists? Did you take seminars? What did you just like watch whatever you could? Like what did you do?
A lot of personal investment. In order to grow as a self-taught artist, you have to get around a collective of different artists.
Okay.
You have to. It's very, very, very important.
So you would
Because
say
your progression, those 7 years, I was by myself, and I was slowly getting better, but the progression was like
very slow.
It was very small within those years' time. That's why like now, like what I like from year to year, my work changes dramatically now.
Yeah.
Because I got around a certain amount of artists that are so much better than me.
Right. And pushing
That
you.
knows what's going on. And I think back then I didn't really understand.
So how'd you
why I
get
was
around
doing
those
stuff.
artists? Did you just like work with them, or did you just get to
reached
know
out.
them? Reached out. Okay.
Reached out. I saved my money. I saved my money. I reached out. I paid for hella seminars. In the beginning, I was hungry, man. I was hungry to get anything because,
Right.
you know, it kind of feels like the outside looking in. I wanted to have apprenticeship so bad. I wanted to be accepted so bad, like to be in the community because I really respect the craft and what it's done for my life. It changed my life because my life could have went how my life could have been. How it was
Completely
set up
different
to be.
direction. Yeah.
Yeah, because
how your mindset was, I think you was gonna be successful anyway. So
yeah, whatever I did, I didn't know what I was gonna do, but shit, I was trying to figure it out. Tattooing kind of found me, so I just really just put the time into it, and man, I aggravate the fuck out everybody.
As you
Aggravate the fuck out Craig Foster. I was there like
Yeah, man,
when I saw him on Ink Master, I drove to Carrollton. I drove to Carrollton, sat with him when he was making the popsicles and stuff like that. Like I got around different people, got to Fresno. I just was just a young, cocky, arrogant, you know what I'm saying, young kid, just eyes just
Driven.
wide, just ready for the world. So trying to be here.
Tackle
So
anything,
I paid, and I still do pay. Like last year and the year before, man, I'll say the number, man. I invested over $15,000 in like just education,
You got to,
education
bro.
alone.
Yeah.
And just being around a certain group of artists and a certain group of people just to really understand why I'm doing something.
yeah, that's really
When I
understandable.
got around Pooch, the main thing he said to me was, I can tell you about tattooing, but I'm going to tell you why I'm doing this.
Yes.
What's going
Keyword
on
is
in my
why.
mind? What's going on? Why am I doing this? And I had a different understanding just by that 5-minute conversation that we had. I sat with Pooch for the entirety of that convention.
Yeah.
And he got to see me win the award and everything, and I look up to him a lot.
Yeah.
So it was
Must've been a
really
dope
big
feeling.
for that.
Yeah.
So
Now, did you gotten tatted by any of these artists that you look?
I haven't
up
yet.
to? No?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
I'm in the process of lasering off all the practices I did on myself back in that 7 years. I did everything on my left side, so it's like I'm in the process of going through that. So
Nah, yeah, I understand that.
so removery, if you wanna, give me a sponsorship,
Christian, when you gonna finish
shout out
yours,
to
man?
removery.
Shout out to
I've
Remover.
done
man.
8 sessions. That's just bad.
I heard that shit is
Yeah,
bad, bro.
man.
That shit is that bad, bro.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah.
Oh my god, bro. You ever film? You recorded any of it?
Nah, I only filmed the first session when I went in,
You could.
and it was terrible, man. It was terrible.
I'm thinking I'm gonna record that shit, bro.
You should. I mean,
Be quick.
Get somebody to.
Yeah.
They say well, it
Oh,
only lasts
man.
about like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that.
The session would be like more like 15 minutes,
Oh,
but it just
15,
really depends on how much tattoos.
So
you're
what does
trying
that
to get.
shit feel like? Give me an example.
So
of what it
I'll
feels
definitely
like.
say like the best example that I would say is like someone just grabbing a rubber band, like really like just pull it all the way
L
back.
told me the same
and just
thing,
slap
bro.
it. Yeah.
But Christian, he said it best. He was like, "What did you say? It was like a 10-hour tattoo, and you still got 4 hours left."
Yeah.
Damn.
I was
So
like,
it's just like
That shit's like
the
a
last
couple minutes,
part.
bruh.
Yeah, it's a couple minutes.
Damn.
Yep. But even then, it's like just dealing with the soreness and all of that. They tell you like don't be in the sun for like throughout the variation of like it healing, and then don't take hot showers or anything like that.
You gotta take cold showers.
Yeah, you gotta take cold showers.
Fuck.
And then dealing with the blisters too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
no, it's a couple of times he came in with an attitude, like,
Yeah.
You know?
Bro,
just-
L
yeah.
got his shit removed. Like he got some of his shit removed, and he was saying the same thing. Like he was like, "Damn man, my shit blistering up." This is like last week, bro.
Oh,
Oh,
Dang.
yeah.
And he had the tattoo. I was like,
What body part is he?
his
getting laser?
hand, his hand.
Yeah.
So you know how important our hands
Yeah.
are.
Shit, yeah. I wanted to get some this one removed, but I don't know.
I like my hand. I ain't get none on these.
All right, so you invested in yourself greatly, and you continue to do that
Mhm.
to get better, man. So I think that's, like I said, that's the key. That's we all agree. Like you gotta spend money. You gotta take the time to go out there and learn from other artists. So I guess you ultimately say like you start off on your own, but to get to that next level, you need to surround yourself with better artists to really reach that next level. I mean, not saying it's impossible to do it alone, but it speeds up the process greatly, I would say.
Sure.
Yeah, the keyword is progress.
Yeah. But there's no one way about it. Should just
No, it's me.
get in whatever way you can get in. So let's shift now. So you said you went to Cali, but now like I said, you've been here in Atlanta for a while.
About 8 years now.
8 years now. Okay, so
Maybe about 8 years, 7 years.
how'd you transition just from like starting all the way in small town, going to Cali, now in Atlanta, like going to different cities, different states, and building your clientele up again? Like, so how did you just go through that process?
Be fearless.
Okay.
Be fearless.
So like,
Believe in what you know. Have faith, and then just leave it all to God at the end of the day. Because the biggest thing we can do in life is live with regret. And I've been around people where they talk about the regret in their life, and I never wanted to be that.
right.
Because I grew up the way I grew up. I knew it was more to life than that.
Exactly.
So I never really cared what anybody thought. I never really cared what anybody said. I knew what I was gonna be. When I first started tattooing, people laughed at me. They thought it was a joke.
Same.
You know,
Yeah.
my last job was Burger King and McDonald's when I was in college. I told my manager, I saw Ink Master on TV and Black Ink, ironically. I told them, and they laughed at me. It was like an episode of Everybody Hate Chris. Everybody, they fell out laughing. And it was like, man, we'll see you tomorrow. Never came back. My cousin was on 106 in Park. His music video had blew up, and I said, man, my cousin living this dream. And it felt like the world was driving me by. And I looked out that window. I walked out, bro, and I was a tattoo artist that day.
Yeah.
So I never looked back. I never
how you
looked
gotta
back.
do it,
And that's what you got to do. Like, I never been on a plane before. Before I went there, when I went to California, only person I knew was my cousin. He played football or whatever. He was the only person I knew. By the time I left, everybody knew who I was over there. And
Take those chances, bro.
yeah, you got to take those chances, man. You can't because your family is back home and it's people that you love and you have to sacrifice. That's
Yeah.
You got to have faith. You got to sacrifice. You got to believe in yourself and you got to go after what you need and what you want in life because that's the only way you're going to be happy. That's the only way you can find true happiness in life.
No, I
and that's
agree,
what it is.
100%. Go after
And that's
your
how
passions,
how
man.
I got here.
Quick sidebar. What was y'all last jobs before tattooing?
For me, it was CarMax. So painted cars. Started off
I
detailing.
used to want to do that shit, bro.
Nah, this shit hot. Like, nah. But
Okay.
the thing is like I'll say this: I tattoo majority of them that I still work with over there, even like to the movie theater. Like I moved here in 2010, but keep it short. There's a couple people laughed at me. It's funny. One of them got tattooed by you. I remember one time I was like, I wanted to be one. They was like, yeah, man. How about I get a little bird right here? You hear the little side things. And but see, I'm one of those
tattoo
people.
business doing.
Yeah,
Right.
I have really thick skin, so
Right.
I can just
You still
brush it off.
tattooing?
That's how I be. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
get that all the time. You
Yeah.
still tattooing?
Yeah.
Like,
Sometimes, you know.
Right.
Kind of when I feel like it.
dabble in it.
Mm-hmm.
About you?
Then,
Oh no, my fault. Go ahead.
Now, I done got a couple of messages in March where they just said they was proud of me, man. Like,
That's dope. That's a dope
Yeah.
feeling.
Yeah,
I got
man.
a lot. Like, they was
Come
like,
back tenfold, man.
mhm.
Yeah. What about you, Christian? What you do, man?
Before tattooing, I was a delivery driver for Domino's. But it was crazy because, like, from what you were saying about, like, how everybody laughed at you, for me, they did give me the support. They were like, my manager was really cool about it. He was just like, yeah, you can take the weekends off and go do your apprenticeship.
Shit.
So
That's dope,
it
bro.
was crazy to see, you know, the difference
Dynamic,
for
yeah.
sure, you know.
Nah,
So
man.
in case y'all wondering, we need a We need a sponsorship from Domino's, Burger King,
CarMax.
Movery, CarMax.
Oh yeah, I get that card, man.
We need all that. We
You
need
like-
all that, man. Come
But
on.
they showed a lot of support at CarMax. I had to give them
I
that.
think
But like I said, it was a little bit of laughs in there. I was like, whatever.
Right. Nah, I say the last. Well, technically, I was tattooing while doing it, but I was a valet driver for a hotel.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and I would do that on the weekends, and then I would tattoo during the week and do like apprenticeship too.
From here?
I mean, I was pretty much raised in.
Well, you here.
Yeah. I was technically
Yeah.
born in Florida, but
Okay,
moved
okay.
here since a baby. So I'm.
Yeah, we ain't got no
One
valet
year.
where I'm from, man.
Yeah.
We got one hotel where I'm from, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was.
Ain't
cool,
valet
yeah.
nothing. They take
Nah.
you the car.
Nah, yeah,
Matter
you
of fact, I
know,
was
in the
working
city.
2
it's
jobs.
different.
I had to call out Fresh Market. I was at Fresh Market and CarMax. Yeah,
Damn,
Okay, so
I was a cashier, bro.
doing an apprenticeship with Theo. Yeah.
yeah, you gotta hustle, man. Any way you can get it. So key factor, be fearless. I definitely agree. Go after your passions, man. Just go for it. So when you came out here in Atlanta, I would say you worked at the first. I guess you worked at Black Ink first, and then I know you went to Danny's shop after.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, did you say you had a pretty established clientele base out here, and were you pretty like well known, or were you still kind of like growing?
Well, when I came back, I never left home. I never forgot about home, so I was still going back and forth.
So you travel a lot.
So
Okay,
basically, what I was doing, I was building the anticipation of you have to get me when I'm here, because
True.
the people around you will bullshit you the most. That know you, that went
So
to
let
school
me-
with
And
you.
giving that
Yeah.
deposit.
Let me ask you this though. So since you go back home a lot,
I did back then.
okay, well back then I would say were your prices a lot higher than what they started at, or how did you deal with like clients who like knew you from your old prices, right? But you done got better, and now you charging different rates.
I made a promise to myself, like back then, I was like, if I look at the work and it didn't grow, I won't change my prices.
Gotcha.
But every year my work got better and I changed it. Man, I started out, I was doing $50 tattoos. Man, I saw
Yeah,
one
oh, yeah.
thing I did. I was doing $150 half sleeves, bro.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah,
Because I wanted
remember
to
them
do it
days.
so bad.
Yeah.
And those people were they trusted me to do what I need to do, you know? So I just gradually just always did an analysis of where I am, what's my demand, and what's going on,
Man, that's
and I
good
adjusted
work.
my prices in. And ironically, I've always adjusted it. Now I'm at the point now where like people come to me for projects.
Yeah.
They don't really I don't do small tattoos
Mhm.
at all.
Okay, so let's try. Like, how did you build that clientele now to where you can do these big pieces and get away from like the smaller? See, nothing's wrong with these smaller, simpler tattoos, but
Definitely not. You can run it up.
exactly. But at the same time, certain artists, I would say a lot of artists will kind of want to graduate to more detailed, complicated pieces to really like showcase their artistry, right?
Right.
So yeah, how did you build that kind of clientele now?
Man, you're gonna have to bite that bullet. You got to take it off your page, and you're gonna have to again be fearless, have faith, and believe in yourself. Because if you don't put it out there in the world, how would they know?
Right? Yeah.
You're gonna have to turn it down. I turned down so much money. I turned down projects. I mean, I turned down certain projects, and I turned down small tattoos or whatever. Now it's already a known thing that people know. Like if people give my information out, or people refer me, I'm like, hey, this is what he do. So I feel like whatever you're putting out in the world, that's what you need to showcase, and that's what you need to, if that's what you want.
Yeah, that's what you want, right? Yeah.
You know, it's always it's what you want. You know, because there's a market for everything out here.
That's the beauty of tattooing. Like it's different lanes. Like some people love doing the small stuff and only want to do that.
Yeah,
Whereas some people only want to do the big stuff. So
yeah. I know some people who only tattoo 4 hours. That's it. They out. You know,
yeah.
I saw that in California. I saw that in L.A. when I tattooed that Enigma with Kevin Leroy, and then
How was that experience, bro?
he doesn't do that, but it was like one of his coworkers. They do it. His peers.
How was that experience guest spotting out there?
Oh, it was amazing. I guest spot out there twice, maybe. It's
think
cool,
you
man.
right.
They in Beverly. They dead smack in Beverly Hills, man. They on Melrose.
What's
you
some
know?
like shops you guest spotted? Like some bit like I guess like did you guest spot at Eyeshine's shop? What's it called? Peak and Valleys or nah? That was
I think that was
a lot. Yeah. No.
Yeah, I didn't get to go up there, man.
Okay.
I didn't get to go up there, man. It was a lot going on at that time. It's like it was a lot going on at that time, and Instagram did they little thing or whatever. So like me personally, I'll be 100% transparent. I ain't going nowhere where I'm not booked already.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
sorry. I'm sorry. Like, but I am connected with them, and I do respect them. I'm connected with them. I'm very cool with Ghostline, the app Ghostline. Very cool with them, and Black Lantern.
Okay.
London Reese. He's a very cool
he's a
guy.
dope artist, yeah.
I'm still gonna come out there and tattoo on the beach where he's at, man. His shop is beautiful where he's
I
at.
bet, man.
So I reached out to a bunch of people. I just kind of just at that time period again. I just
DM him and
I just hit him up. It's so simple.
Yeah,
But
like
Ink-
personal investment.
I'm with Ink NYC, so I go anytime I feel like I can go back and forth and watch them make the magazine, Ink magazine. All this stuff is all in one building. It's a
Dope.
3-story building in Manhattan, and I can tattoo whenever I want them around different artists around the world that tattoos from Australia to France. Like when I was there, I was the only American at that time. When I was up there that week. And it was flowing, man. Like I got a lot of love in New York. Like it's crazy because my oh man, I forgot what it's called. My demographic. My demographic, New York and Atlanta is the same. It's the same.
So how'd you build up like? So I know nowadays like you get a lot of clientele that like flies in and travels in. Like, so like how did you get like that clientele that's not local?
Well, first I went to them.
Okay.
I went to them. I went on
Yeah,
tour.
go get them then.
I went on tour the whole time when I was with Black Ink. Again, I always had a business mindset. So anything that I'm doing, I always pre-plan for the future. When I came to Seas, the first thing I told him, I was like, I'm gonna be here 2 years and I'm gonna leave. I was very transparent. I was like, man, I got a plan of what I want to do. And so while I was getting the buzz from there, whatever I made at Black Ink, I'll be there for X amount of time. Hey, I'm going to towns like Louisville, Kentucky. I'm going to Memphis. I'm going to New Orleans. I'm going here. I'm going there. I'm going there. And it was a nonstop process to where me and my spouse like would hit the road, or me and my cousin would hit the road, and it's like I'm here for 3 days. I would handle like a convention, or if it's a convention, I would go to the next city that next day, then come back. So like I went to them, I laid all the groundwork out. So now in these cities, I'm an urban legend. When people talk about me or they see work, they're like, "Hey, this guy, where did you get your work from?" "Oh, I got it from this guy." And then they see my work and it's even better than what it was. I'm like, "Hey, I'm about to come where you are because everybody want to come here. This is a destination some people haven't been. So I give them a reason to be here. So that's how they end up coming to me. I did that for over 7 years.
Yeah, because I was gonna actually ask that question. How do you separate yourself from a big name like Black Ink to be known as K-Toven? But you already described it, so that was a really good.
It took a lot of time because at that time that name is so big that my brand was starting to blend with what they had going on, and I didn't want that. Because I knew where I was going. But I knew it was a business decision because I was coming straight from California.
You was transparent.
And people was thinking that I was over there and coming back and forth. And that was my stamp of approval to say, like, I'm here. I'm going to be here. This is where I'm permanently at. And that was the best move I could have ever made.
Okay.
Because I was able to get that information out in real time to thousands of people. And I was like, okay, we can finally go ahead and get to them. So all those people that missed me all those time, they were coming. Okay. And they brought other people.
Okay. So word of mouth and
like,
traveling. Like,
traveling.
Do you travel still a lot, or?
I mean, I ain't traveled in a minute, bro. Like
said,
I've been here, bro. I've been here. I've been here, man. Like the road is tiring, man. It's tiring, man. I felt like I was an artist, a musician for
real,
forever, bro. Because that road is unforgiving.
For real.
You know, it takes a toll on you. And now, like, everybody kind of just come to me. Like, I miss the road sometimes, but sometimes I don't.
Right. I mean, you didn't put that work in now, so it's like now you can kind of reap the seeds that you sowed earlier, and they can just come to you, and then now you.
I mean, but 20s and 30s hit different.
People think people think, and I want to be real clear and transparent about this. People think all this shit happens overnight. They see you and they think that because you're a self-taught artist, and they see that he did this. No, I had years of sacrifice, years of leaving people I love behind because they couldn't grow with me, or I had so many people doubting me and stuff like that. The trials and losses, and when I didn't have the money, I still did it.
Yeah.
I believed in myself. I put time into promotion, but it takes all these different things to get to where you are. And people think now it just happened overnight, and it's just not like that.
Nah, not at all, man. You said it right, man. Like especially like on sometimes you gotta leave people behind,
Yeah.
man, and like especially just been in the industry in a while, and you know,
Sometimes your friends don't understand, you know.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's like
You love them, but
Yeah.
you know, everybody have to walk their own path, you know.
right.
Yeah, I remember when I took your seminar, you was like having a deep conversation, even in the seminar about time management.
'Cause
I
my
think you almost missed
my
your
semi-
granddad or grandma's funeral one time.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, bro, my seminar is never about tattooing.
Yeah,
I want to let you know it's never about tattooing.
right.
It's more so about what I'm thinking,
Life.
what's going on in life. It's really more of an experience, deeper than tattooing, and the
Mhm.
connection that tattooing brings to what you going on and how to process it. Because we go through a lot of stuff like mentally
Yes.
when we working, because a lot of people dump our problems on us, and we have problems going on. Like, man, like my grandmother died. Like you said, like my grandmother died, bro. Like I was depressed.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Mhm.
And the Atlanta convention, the last one I did, my granddad had died.
Yep.
Bro, I went down to that I had to go down to the
Yeah, I
funeral
think
that day.
Yeah,
and
you're
I drove
working
back
next to
and
us that
tattooed
year.
Won an
Yeah,
award for
Mhm.
him.
Yep, I
Yep.
remember that.
You know?
The
So-
that piece, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
and on CJ the artist.
shout out to CJ, man.
Yeah, for sure. She doing
I
her
remember
thing.
all that, man.
And people don't think about the stuff that we go through, you know, all the stuff that we have to do, all the stuff we have to sacrifice. It's a lot, bro.
Mhm.
And I think that's not talked about a lot in the industry,
Yeah,
because
it's
they
a
think
lot of
that we just
mental-
draw on people
Yeah,
for a
right.
living and this
Yeah.
shit's just fun and stuff.
Mhm.
Nah, man.
Nah, man,
This
shit
industry
that we
in
battle
general,
sometimes.
it definitely puts a heavy toll mentally, on you, like just from all different angles. Like you said, from that, like as far as like clients, just kind of using you as a therapy, and and I get it, like it's no problem with that. But at the same time, it's like, but yeah, exactly, like we aren't trained therapists. Like
Not at all.
I will listen, but
I'm not
like
I'm
yeah,
not
don't
that
expect
type of
me to
talker.
like give you the right
I'm
type
talking
of
on the
advice.
podcast,
Yeah.
y'all, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I get into like mumble
Yeah.
mode. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a great
I'm
listener.
throwing my
That's-
I'm throwing my
Yeah.
podcast on. I don't like listening to music. I throw my podcast on,
Mhm.
and I get to work.
Your
I want
headphone
to
guy.
focus and
Okay,
do the
okay.
best shit possible.
I was gonna say, what podcast you listen to?
Man, so many podcasts, bro.
No
Like,
filter tattoo podcast, man. No.
Shameless plug. But
of course, man. No
like
filter podcast.
maybe like
Um,
get some mindset. Like what makes your mindset say, oh, okay, I'm interested in this.
well, I listen to the Secret to Success podcast.
Okay.
That's with E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I listen to a bunch of stuff. Sometimes I listen to Joe, but sometimes I want to listen to I listen to Transformation Church with Michael Todd.
Okay.
That's a podcast as well. Like sometimes,
A lot of self help, kind of like.
yeah, I do a lot of that, man. And sometimes I listen to some ignorant stuff, man. I listen to Joe Budden. Sometimes I'll listen to the
Listen to 85 South Show sometimes.
yeah, man. I listen to certain
Switch
stuff,
it
man,
up.
that put me in different moods and
Yeah.
different zones. Or sometimes I'll just listen to an audiobook, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Different
Heavy
things,
on
man, that makes me think. Or literally, we know, like sometimes, like for me, what works for me, like certain things stimulate like my mind, and we're in our head a lot tattooing. So these things help me
Yeah.
because it kind of keeps me grounded and focused.
No, I could definitely
Because
understand
we can often get like with the money that we make and how fast stuff
Oh, yeah.
is
You
happening
can
now.
build
Like
an ego real
you can,
fast
you
in
can, you
this.
can you can get into a certain situation to where it's like, oh man, but you can hear some in this podcast of this or what's going on, and it's like, damn, I remember that moment. Like I got to keep going. Like even when you feel you've been in a moment of the tattoo where it's like you feel exhausted,
Yeah.
and you like, damn, like you have that conscious decision, like, and you have that conscious decision to be like, man, should I short this shit right now, or should I stop? Like, should I like you have that conscious
Reset.
decision?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, or you be like, damn, like I'm ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that shit can be your reset.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
for at least.
No, it's good, man. It's like whatever helps, it helps you as an artist stay focused
The
and
goal is to do
stay
a great
grounded.
tattoo.
And I listen to Keon Henderson a lot too, man. I listen to
Okay.
church a lot too. Like I started
good,
listening
bro.
to church a lot, bro.
It's good, having faith and all that. It can help keep you grounded, man. Keep you sane in this industry, in this world, man. Cause like you
Yeah,
said,
man,
it's
because we
such
come
a
across a
toll.
lot of different spirits and a lot of different people, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, man, we're getting money from people, but
Yeah.
some people come in with a certain type of vibe and energy, and it's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Nah, that's real, man.
He has some.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
It's
Recent.
Yeah.
this industry, man. It's weird because it's like it's cool, but at the same time, it is crazy because you get to be around so many different walks of life. Like
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
few industries there's few industries where you do that and like you actually spend like hours with someone. Like, so it's not like just a, I just see you for a minute, do a transaction, and you're gone. It's like, nah, you spending 5, 6, 7 hours, maybe multiple sessions, and so you get to really like know these people. And so it's like sometimes, like you said, like some people who just like most of the time, I would say, thankfully nowadays, like all my clients are pretty cool. I love the vibes and like just meeting them and all the different walks of life. But definitely like in the beginning, like my shit. Early days, just taking walk-ins too. Like you come across some characters, bro. Where it's just like,
oh my
I
God,
don't
bro,
know, man. Like,
oh my
I
God,
want to
bro.
see this person again in my life. Yo.
Yeah, Jose said it best. We're in the industry where you get a person, I'm gonna say it very PG, who works in the street
Yeah,
to a politician.
yeah.
It's
There
right
ain't no
there.
ceiling to the people we meet.
Yeah.
And the sad thing about it, everything is in the palm of our hands. Being an artist and being so connected to all those people, so
Right.
you can either fall into
A certain
the straight and
demographic.
narrow, or you keep
Yeah.
doing what you're doing.
Nah,
it's so easy.
It's really easy to fall off.
It's
in this
real
industry,
easy to
man.
fall
Like,
into that.
Yeah. And so honestly, I feel like that's a lot of artists like downfall in this industry sometimes, like that quick success and then like, just having the wrong influences around you, man. Like it's real. Like that shit really
So
can
I
fuck
always
up.
say this all the time because this is an industry where you can get a lot of revenue and money, and somebody's ego driven you about your talent. One thing that usually we don't have like a good rich or middle class brought up. What's one good way to train ourselves to kind of say, hey, nobody ever taught us this because we was always poor, never
Right,
work
right.
on credit and stuff.
Definitely
like that.
relate. Yep.
Yeah,
Like-
like what I guess how did you like learn all that like financial like being like financially responsible as an artist? Because I just like I said when we took your seminar, I was really impressed like how you just ran everything like you did you ran things through Square, so like you have your taxes ready, and then we talked a lot on the business end too and stuff like that. So like how like is it a lot of that from just like books, podcast stuff, or did you like you seek that knowledge from other people, or like you just kind of was always kind of like a, I'm gonna be responsible with my money. Like I ain't gonna blow it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
pretty
saying?
much.
So
Is two-sided answer to that.
okay.
And I learned from I saw like growing up, like where I'm from, the people you see with money are the people in the streets,
Right.
right? So I saw some of those people the way they handle business as well. But I always had a fascination with business. I love numbers. And it just fascinated me so much. Again, because I wanted to be an engineer at the time. So that's my thing.
Okay.
I always just wanted to I think I kind of started doing my systems because I hated the jobs that I worked. Back then, I hated kind of working fast food at the time. So I would always make a system. I make systems with everything I do to kind of make everything seamless.
Yeah.
So that kind of flows into
It sounds like
that kind of flows into everything. So like I have this type of discipline to like the things that I hate, I do first. So
I agree with
when I
that.
get to the things that are easy, I'm in love with the process. So
Yeah.
that's how I stay in love with the process. Whatever is the hardest thing, I run to that.
Yeah.
And I try to knock that out. But as far as navigating through business and stuff, I just felt like it was imperative because for so long we always had that back stigma of this being like this or time or the money aspect or whatever, because I took a lot of losses, man. And I had to freaking learn the business because, man, when tax time came around, I don't want to say the number, but
Yeah,
right.
but yeah, like it was like it was almost like a
God damn.
goddamn. You know what I'm saying? It was some shit I could have went and bought with that.
Yeah, but
It still hurt, but that made me think because they was like, "Oh, you're being taxed twice, self-employed, this that, and third. Oh, you need to be an S corp now.
Yeah,
You need to be this
that's
and
what I'm
that."
saying,
And it
you do
made
S-corp,
me start thinking about. I said, "Oh shit, this is real. Like the IRS to get to take that much of my money, I gotta pay them that much of this for what reason?" And I don't understand. So I started working on trying to figure out what tax cuts I can have, what assets I need, or what's a liability,
an
what's not a
accountant?
liability.
You have
And I
like
do that stuff myself, bro.
so you
I do that stuff myself, bro. I stay on top of it. That's why I run all my stuff through Square. But yeah, I do everything through Square. I keep my contracts. I keep everything. I run payroll. I pay myself a payroll.
Right.
So you can run a payroll through Square, or you can do ADP. For a time, I did ADP. That way, that keeps me humble as well.
Right.
Because if I pay myself a small stipend and then I put this money right here and have this money right here, I'm fine. So I'm only seeing this. So now, because sometimes if you go look at that big number, you're like, oh shit, man, I could get a watch or something like that. I
buy a
go
new
do this,
car real
whatever.
quick.
Yeah.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? It gets to the point we start to do dumb shit.
I've heard-
and that could change you when you get all those things. Like, man, even when I go home, like sometimes I just look to the ceiling and it's like, damn, I can't touch the ceiling in my house.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's weird. It's like a surreal feeling.
Yeah, it's like
It's like I did this
yeah,
with my
for real,
hands.
for real.
Like this, it's weird. Like what we do with our hands, bro. This shit amazing, bro.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah.
We're performing a procedure on
I
people.
definitely agree with that, bro. Because what was we talked about a little bit last episode, but about what's the term where you
Let's describe it.
it's hold on, I can't remember. It's imposter syndrome. That's what it is.
Oh,
Right?
you talking
I
about
had a lot of that, man.
Yeah.
I talked about that too.
Yeah, but that's what makes me feel it the most. Is more so like I know some artists get it like with their work or something like that. Or like
I'm weird
I'm
about
not that
praise.
good or this and that. I'm more so like I feel like when you go home, like I said, or you see the things that you've acquired with with tattooing, it's like, damn, like, do we really deserve this? Like,
Bullshit.
doing what
Let
we
me
do,
go ahead and
bro?
tell
Like,
you now. I be at home every goddamn day. Yes, I did it.
I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm like, you know what? Nah, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? We work, yeah.
Mhm.
But at the same time, it's
I'll
like,
never.
you know what I'm saying? You like, that's why I'm always grateful. Like, I don't ever like want to take this for granted or seem like a stuck up artist or something like that who's not appreciated.
Yeah, I won't be
you know?
stuck up.
I'll be honest with you, man. I felt it the most when I would go back home. You know, like the way my life is and what my life used to be is so dramatically different.
Yeah.
I'll be completely honest with you. Sometimes like I'll get like close to my city, bro. I'll cry, bro. You feel
Yeah,
me?
that has happened
Like,
to me before.
You feel me? Because I'll be like, damn, like I would
see all- like, you see all
think
yeah.
like the stuff that
Yeah.
I'm able to do. Like sometimes celebrities hit us up and hey man, fly out here.
Yeah.
Or I'm in a mansion in Beverly Hills with these
Yeah.
people. I'm here. And it's like damn, like you kind of feel like this thing in you, like you want to bring your loved ones with you. You want to bring everyone.
Yeah,
with
why
you.
me
that's
out
what
of
it
it?
is.
struggle with that a
So,
lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
so that for me, it's more of. I'm glad you said that. It's more of me giving the knowledge
Yeah,
back from what I learned.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
everybody, where you go, they can't come with you, man.
And it hurts.
And it hurts. It hurts a lot.
That shit hurts.
Yeah.
Success hurts. Success hurts. People look at what we do and what we going through, and they think that this is just so easy, and it's not.
To make it to a certain level, anything, especially this industry, like you gotta, like you said, you gotta make some tough decisions, bro. Like you gotta say there's people who gonna want some help or expect this and that, or even like your artist friends. You know what I mean? Like, I've come up with tattoo artists that they're my boys and everything back in the day, but just knowing like we not on the same page as far as like what we trying to do in this career in this industry. It's like you on one end of trying to. You're not focused, not doing this and that, and like I'm on like a whole different path. So it's like you gotta be like, nah, I can't. I fuck with you, man, but like I can't bring you on with me because I know, you know what I'm saying.
Entitlement is.
I would say
entitlement is crazy.
Yeah,
when you have success.
Yeah, I would say where we're sitting at right now, it's a different mindset because when I told my parents I wanted to be a tattoo artist. I can't blame them for this. They never been on this side to think this way. All they know is like my mom was straight business administration, get the 401k, and she knows how to do it right, but she doesn't know this side.
Us living in the South too. It's like it's it's
Tattooing
more
is a
conservative,
And it's
religious,
unknown.
right? Yeah,
Because we're in the Bible Belt.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Bible
Hey,
Belt,
there
man.
you go.
So yeah, like you said, like
Still catching up, but it's all right.
But yeah, like I said, it's definitely a humbling feeling. Like I said, you feel great, but at the same time you feel bad a lot of times too. But at the same time, you can't
It's
let
something
it.
weird to say. I always tell people this is very weird when I say this. I wish I had a complacent mindset. I think my life would be so easy, working 9 to 5, taking vacations every 2 weeks, but I don't.
Yeah.
I
Like
mean,
my
it's-
brain would be
and it's not
less
necessar-
active. If
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not necessarily saying like that's a slight on someone. Like if
No.
if that's because everybody has different wants and values in life. Somebody
Exactly.
might see that lifestyle, they might be living something completely different. Like, man, I would love just to be like, just to have that 9 to 5 life or whatever. Where it's like, some people just, it's we all have different like wants and needs. And I would say, most people in the tattoo industry have like a different like mindset. Like they want more out of life. You know what I'm saying? As far as like they want that freedom, they want that that challenge. So it's just like. And then not to have a ceiling on you too. I think that's the biggest thing with tattooing. It's like there is no ceiling.
I think that people look at success and think that it's just monetary.
Oh yeah, no,
success isn't monetary. Yeah, success is whatever. If you're truly deeply happy with what your life and what you got going on, you got people around you. That's real success.
Yeah,
family is success. Like the people that love you, is success.
Exactly,
and
man.
If you're happy doing whatever you're doing, that's fine. Like everybody don't have to be an entrepreneur. Everybody don't have to be
and I
self-made.
Hate that, I'm not gonna lie. Like in the beginning, I kind of had that entrepreneur. You read all these books and you see all these like, nah, man, like doing a 9 to 5, like fuck that, like you gotta be your own boss, this and that. Then as I got older, as I matured, like you said, I shifted to that mindset. It's like, bro, it's like, who are we? Who is anybody to say, that they don't have a great life? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I hate when I see like tattoo artists now, kind of like they feel like I've done this and that, like I've created this, and it's like, bro, get off your high horse. Right? At the end of the day, we just tattoo, man. Like, just
nobody cares, because
right.
nobody need this shit.
Because
it's not as
it's a luxury. Yeah,
it's luxury.
It's a luxury.
Yeah, we're basically Gucci bag. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But the only thing I definitely say that I am grateful, even at the early age when I started tattooing, this is the one industry I have the freedom to think.
Yeah.
Because when I used to work somewhere, I was on autopilot.
Yeah.
It's like
you have to do it their way.
You have to do it their way. You're not really thinking.
Being quotas.
When I say I have the freedom to think, that's my success. I literally have the freedom to think.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Nah, man, like just having that freedom to.
We blessed, bro.
Yeah.
We blessed, like for sure. It took a lot of time for me to like really like step outside myself and then just separate the artist from the artist, the ego, the person. You know what I'm saying? And it took time. It took time because you can go from not having this and then you only listen to like the negative stuff instead of focusing on the people that cheer for you.
Right.
And that can take a toll on you too. I didn't shift until I stopped caring what like the outside people were saying, and I started focusing on maybe these 5 people right here that's been supporting me every fucking day.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me just focus on that. And I was much more happier because I came in the game with an underdog spirit, so I had to break that underdog spirit.
Yeah.
And it was hard. It was hard because now I'm not the underdog. Now people are looking like I gotta be better than me or him or whoever.
No, I can definitely understand that. I would say I felt the same way. Like I had that underdog chip on your shoulder, and then, like I said, once you get to a certain level, it's like
gotta let it go, man.
Yeah, because like now people look up to you.
Y'all elaborate more about this underdog thing? Cause
for me personally, you probably feel similar. It's like you feel like you always kind of like doubted you didn't get the proper like opportunities or chances, even though like you wanted to, right? But because like him, like I have a similar story, like where somewhat I did get an apprenticeship, but I did start off self-taught for a while, about a year or so, and then really get anywhere with it. And then I got my apprenticeship just kind of by chance, honestly. And then it wasn't in a great shop though. It was a street hood shop off Candler Road, but it was my beginning, and I'm always thankful and grateful for that. But when you come from that environment, like we were saying earlier, like you kind of get stigmatized, right? You don't get the same respect as a tattoo artist.
Okay. And then you go through life, you feel like you got to keep proving everybody wrong.
Yeah.
So now you going through all the success that you got, you can't appreciate that success, and that builds imposter syndrome. That links to imposter syndrome. So that's how I had imposter syndrome, because all I kept hearing was, okay, y'all don't think I can do this.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
But eventually you gotta let that. You have to learn.
And it started to be like, all right, I'm stumping a dead horse at this point.
Right.
I've done it to the point. What does it matter?
Yeah,
they don't care either way it goes. So now, like, let me just focus on what I need to focus on. It took a lot of time for me to let that go.
Yeah, it's like it could be a great source of motivation in the beginning, but after a while, it's like it could really be a downfall. It could be such a negative. Like, you shouldn't have to like
with you mentally.
Yeah, you shouldn't fill yourself with negativity. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's actually another artist his name is Kirk. Shout out to Kirk. And
Kirk.
yeah, Baton Rouge, man. He had said something
God, I
great.
didn't get to meet him yet, but I know him.
Yeah, man. Shit, Bryson got to meet him. I missed him at the convention, but
Me too.
well, basically, he was saying like, we shouldn't motivate ourselves with negativity. Like, oh, they said you can't do this, so you shouldn't. So let's prove them wrong. This and that. It's like nah, like, because that's just fueling. You know what I'm saying? Like negativity with negativity. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not the right way. Yeah, exactly. Like so, it's like be appreciative of the positive. Of the things that are going well. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I try to shift to. Like instead of like having like that oh man, they down me this and that. Like it's like nah, man. Like fucking like after started winning awards and you do so much and it's like you realize like what's it all for? You know what I'm saying? Like just to get approval from
Yeah, because that's how
someone.
I
You know
feel
what I'm
about it.
saying?
Like,
It's like
I'm gonna
what?
be honest, man, and I know y'all feel the same way too. Because we won trophies at conventions and shit.
Mhm.
But after you win that shit, you get that feeling like I got to do this shit again now. Like it feel you
Yeah.
get that you
Oh,
get
yeah.
the feeling of after you that in the second of you them calling your name, you walk on that stage. When that trophy sits on that table, after that, you think like, fuck, I got to do this again. The burden of I have to do it again now, and you don't. That happiness goes away. It's just the pure dopamine hit of them calling your name, your sharp name. You like, damn, I did it. I bet. Post a picture.
Yeah.
Fuck, let me do it again, and I start getting into the
Yeah.
cycle of I got all these fucking trophies. I don't fucking lick these trophies when I'm done and shit like that
No,
or whatever.
not at
Like,
all, yeah.
like I did a video with the content and shit that
Yeah.
time. Like, I'm trying to learn how to do fucking content because I don't like doing the shit. But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But it's like it don't mean shit. Like,
No.
I got trophies I done broke, I done gave away. Like, I done, like it don't
Yeah.
mean nothing after it's done because
Like
it's
now,
like whatever, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll see me tattoo of the day. I be stressed.
Yeah.
He has
Yeah.
seen me stressed out.
You know what's funny, bro? I bet y'all thought we was gonna do this podcast, and I told you that like you said, man, we need a topic. You thought this shit was gonna be about tattooing, bro. Like,
No.
and it's so different, like what we talking about, like because I feel like all these points that we talking about, people need to hear this stuff because
No,
they
they
don't hear it
definitely
from
do.
this
Yeah,
perspective.
No, not at all. Like
We end up talking about life and all this other shit. So my
And
bad, bro.
mindset.
Like I went to
No.
church
Oh,
today.
I'm
man.
enjoying
I got a
this.
good word, so like,
I
hey
want
man,
that word in.
hey man, we
for real, I want to go and talk about all the different aspects of tattooing. Like
Yeah.
I know some episodes is very technical heavy. Some episodes are very like, let's say art heavy or concept heavy, this and that. But sometimes we need to talk about like just the lives of tattoo artists and what we what I'm saying like
lifestyle.
feel and how you maneuver through this. Because it's a treacherous field out here, bro. It's like it's a great thing, right? It could be it's a life changing thing, right? I would say we all agree it changed our lives for the better, but it also can like take you down a path you don't want to go. So you got to know how to maneuver through this and stay level headed. I would say, but
Don't worry, man. We talk about needles and inks. And stuff.
yeah, man. That's
The question
the
is,
right?
you need to know why
Yeah,
we do
but
it
I
this
mean,
way.
I think a lot of people need to hear, like your story and then your, what I'm saying, your mindset on a lot of this stuff. Because there's artists right now I know probably gonna watch this and they're struggling. They're probably ready to give up, right? Trying to find their way. They can't get apprenticeship. They can't do this and that. And then they hear your story and be like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah,
Like
no,
said,
I
you gotta
learned.
be
You
fearless,
said
right?
underdog. I'm like, what you mean by underdog? Like, that was actually a genuine question I was actually
I
asking.
always felt like the underdog, man.
Yeah.
I was born Friday 13th. I got Jason.
yeah.
I got Jason Mass tattooed on me.
Mhm.
And on that day, every day, my grandma always told me, "That ain't never bad luck.
Mhm.
Bad luck day. I never had a bad day ever in my life on any Friday 13th.
Man,
ever."
shoot, Theo, April Fools.
Yeah.
That's what's up. No food, baby.
No, just
Hey man, best
All
day,
right.
bro.
But yeah, man, like I said, you gotta. It's good for motivation in the beginning, but eventually you gotta let that go. Like, there's so much more to life and in general than just proving the doubters wrong or proving people wrong, right?
Mhm.
So at the end of the day, you gotta make yourself happy. So it's like if you do something, do it for you. Like you said, like if you want to compete in contests or do this or do it for you because you wanted that. It's not for someone else to give you that stamp, or approval, right? But yeah, bro, like shit, you dropped some great knowledge. I was gonna go a different route, but honestly, I like the route we going right now.
Yeah.
I told you, man. We just free flow it,
So
man,
okay, let me ask this or one more question before we kind of get into like our little ending segment. What's like the hardest obstacle you face in the tattoo industry, like that you felt like you overcome or maybe you still overcoming Like, it doesn't have to be like even on the technical end. It could be any, what was the most difficult hurdle that you had?
Bro, I'll be honest with you. The only problem I ever had was the struggle inside my own head in my mind.
That's real.
That's the only struggle I ever had.
I think that's
Figuring
every
out
artist's number one battle.
where
right?
do I belong? Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
The time I'm missing with my family, my spouse. Is this really worth it?
Yeah.
Will this pay off? You know, how will the results be? Am I doing the right thing?
Yeah.
You know, so that was probably my biggest struggle, just because I love information. So I was always trying to find the answers to all those things. That was the only struggle I ever had, because I'll be honest with you. I'm not gonna just say tattooing was just easy for me or whatever, but I didn't have that much of a hard time with it, because I'm the type of person, if I see it, if I see you do this, I can replicate exactly what you're doing.
Like on the technical side.
Yeah, I can see it, and I can go ahead and duplicate that or whatever, because I'm watching in a different way.
Right.
And I'm trying to study how your mind thinks.
Right.
And I was able to just do it off just visual.
Right.
But it was my mind, bro. Like once I got past that,
So how did you get past it then?
I was free. Man, you gotta let go.
Yeah.
You gotta let go. You gotta let go. You gotta be appreciative of the small wins. You gotta be you gotta be happy with the little things.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
oftentimes we focus so much on the big things, that we forget about the small things. And I learned that from a beautiful person, and she taught me that. So that thing right there is the main thing that we have to understand. We have to live in the moment as well, because often our life is built off a schedule, bro.
Oh man,
Off a itinerary. It's about everything that we doing the next fucking day, but it's never about what we doing right now for ourselves.
Right.
We give so much to everybody, but we forget to give back to ourselves. So when I start giving back to myself, I flourish.
Yeah. Same.
And that's what made me better. Straight up.
Yeah. Like I said, go out the box. Like me, like I took the Kevin Leroy seminar.
Yeah, man, I missed it, man. He
Yeah.
said he gonna do one up here too.
Yeah, he said
in town
he
recently,
said he's gonna do. I think he's still here. He
That's
said
my
he was gonna be here
dog,
for
man.
10 days. He said he's gonna do. He said if he is gonna do a seminar, he did say, it'll be the rose color seminar.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll do that in Atlanta. He preferred, and he said he'll do
man,
it in my Bailey shop.
I want the
definitely
the
gotta be there.
color portrait one, man.
Oh man, I tell y'all,
Oh man.
I got that's good news.
All right. So yeah, man, that's a great point you said, man. And so I'll say let's go ahead and shift to our kind of like ending segment where we just kind of rapid fire like some random questions, man. And kind of get your perspective, everybody's perspective. Some of these we kind of talked about before, but I always like to see how different artists kind of view it, right?
Yeah.
This one is from an artist. Well, I guess this is kind of like this ain't gonna be a quick answer, I guess, but you can kind of answer it how you feel. So the question itself is, so what's really ruining the tattoo industry, right? So I guess the first part, this is me adding. Do you feel like the tattoo industry is being ruined right now, or
Entitlement.
okay, that's cool. All right. So from entitlement from artists or people getting in, what from everybody,
Entitlement.
clients, everything.
Just leave it at that. Entitlement.
Okay.
Now, more than less, from both sides.
Yeah.
The customers have entitlement to a certain standard, to certain things that's being fed to them that's false information and not true.
Yeah.
Social media, man, it could be.
And the new artists and the old artists have a certain level of entitlement to feel like they deserve something. So it's just all entitlement right now. And everybody discovering our industry right now. So just entitlement.
So what? Why do y'all feel?
That's a great one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why do y'all feel entitlement is? Well, we kind of covered it, but I guess we'll say, do you feel like social media is like a big reason why we have so much entitlement now? Like, because people are like, how do you say, like,
Well, to piggyback off K. Tovin, false information.
yeah,
Social media, there's
Yeah, that's
plenty of
part of it, yeah.
times we didn't got a photo and they say, I want it this small. That's Photoshop, by the way.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you mean? No, this is Photoshop. You can't tell? Then you know, it's up to me to educate them.
do you feel like a lot of artists are like,
The keyword is perception.
showcasing a certain like their certain
too,
perception
that
of
too.
their career, their life, and it makes these people who want to get into tattooing think, okay, I want to be like this big name artist, who's showing this and that, but they only see like them at the top, right? They didn't see all that work that they got there, right? So now it's like they want to come in the game like, I only want to do this or I only want to do that, and it's like, well, nah, you got to do all of this to get to that.
Yeah.
In a joking way, this is a kind of a gray area. We got some bad work for photos. We still got. We just don't want to show it sometimes because when we do like put it out to the public, I'm like, I don't even like this shit. Like I be like, I came a long way, but sometimes I don't want to see that. Like, like
let me ask you this,
brother. I don't want to see my
Right.
own shit.
Yeah, I did that. Oh wow.
Yeah, you did this back in 2015. I'm like,
Ooh. But sometimes it could
but it
help.
was good for 2015
Yeah.
though.
Yep.
But like it's just like where my mind is now. I don't really.
I don't want to see it.
But just piggybacking off of what you said, like, yeah, people do look at that, but they have to understand, like, for me, just me speaking personally, if we was working in this big building, I started as the janitor to work my way up to be the CEO.
Yeah.
I didn't be the CEO. I didn't be the CEO and then look down at the janitor. So that's why I never looked down at the janitor, because I was the janitor. I was every stage,
So you
and
believe
every point
paying your dues and
my
everything.
I paid my dues.
Okay. So, okay, I guess this is kind of like a second question branching off that. So now you got your private studio now, and like you said, like you paid your dues, man. Like you put in the work to open up your private studio, but let's say you got artists 2 years in the game, 3 years in the game, they don't want to work at the shop there no more. They I don't know, they don't like the boss or they don't like this and that. They think that they should get more or something, right? So now they want to go open a private studio. Do you think like artists, too many artists opening up private studios too soon is an epidemic, or do you think it's like, no, fuck it, like it's something, it's cool,
I feel two ways about it. I feel like it's a yes and no, because I feel like I almost be gatekeeping the way they did us, because that person could be the next Theo, it could be the next Golden Anchor. It could be the next Dark Hughes or whoever. So we never know. But I feel like only thing that's gonna matter in that perspective is, does this person really love this industry, and does this person really want to put the groundwork into it? I think that's the only thing that's gonna matter. Yeah. Because if you're just doing it for money, if you're just doing it just for clicks, for views, you're not gonna last long. So it's not really even gonna
burn
matter.
out.
Yeah.
They're gonna fizzle out because times the industry goes up and down.
Yeah.
And if you can't weather that wave, it's not gonna even matter. You're gonna wash yourself out. You just gonna go to something different, because people like that, they just jump to whatever's popular. So it don't matter.
A lot of people don't understand about the waves that go up and down. A
Yeah.
lot of people don't understand about the economy. We have to flow with the economy. We have to flow with the marketing, networking. Shoot, you can see our faces on camera now. It's like, all right, we have to change with the time.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
Let me ask another. All right. What do y'all think about sponsorships and tattooing?
I wouldn't be loyal to nobody. I ain't gonna lie to you. I buy a lot of shit.
I know you got a sponsorship, so it's kind of a mixed bag, right?
I like it all. If I like it, I'm grabbing it.
I like everything, but everything ain't always what it
Yeah.
what it's portrayed to be. Sometimes people they want your audience.
Exactly, right.
Sometimes I don't know. It's weird because I use some of the same products or whatever. Like I'm very loyal to certain things.
Yeah.
And I understand now I'm not gonna say the artist's name, but I understand, like, bigger artists. I understand what they meant, because I used to be like, oh man, I want this sponsorship, that sponsorship, and he's like, man, that
It ain't what it seems, right?
Mm-hmm.
nah.
Yeah. I mean,
It's like, man, that shit just almost like just putting a badge on your shirt.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, in a way,
That's
a
it.
lot of times, a lot of these sponsorships aren't true sponsorships, right? Like, I feel like you get a real sponsorship, like they actually like giving you their product for free.
Oh no.
Because they want, they believe in you like that. Then yeah, I would, that's cool. But most of the time these days, it's just like they want you, like you said, they want you to do all the promoting, right? Marketing, and then they just want to give you like a little discount code or something. Like, you know, they only give you
Yeah,
a
and they
free
want you to
party,
use
right?
that. They want you to use that
Yeah.
discount code,
Yeah.
so all your people can come over there and stuff like
Right.
that. So,
So
Then they email us for new deals.
right.
Trickles down.
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, real sponsorships cool, but these these half-ass
And
ones,
you never get to
nah.
really meet those people. Most of the
Hey,
time, you never get to
them
meet the
glove
people.
Sponsorship, you know.
I mean, if I could get a true sponsorship from Bishop, man.
Oh yeah,
Man,
yeah.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I ain't gonna say I don't want that, but I'm be real with you. Man, Downey hit me up. Give me paper towels. That's all.
Yeah.
Give me the paper towels. That's the
take
most
that.
important thing.
Oh, yeah.
In what we gloves and paper towels. Hey, I can rock out.
You save a lot of money.
Yeah, what I said.
I can
gloves.
rock
Chris
out.
was on one. He was like, I
Man,
buy
bro.
some gloves.
Yeah, some black work. I
Yeah.
love their gloves.
Man,
Shout out
Oh, yeah, let me know.
to Blackbird,
This
man.
what he look.
Hit my boy up. And on this. Do you think you ever get tired or bored of tattooing?
I think I
up,
won't.
Chris?
I think I know I have a limit on physicality of what I can do as I get older.
Yeah, you gotta be realistic, right?
Yeah. I did tell myself I can see myself probably between 45 and 50, and after that, I would do projects. I would really do projects
Be
after
selective
50.
what you
After 50, if my hands allow me to. I'm working on my health now.
That's
Uh,
something we
first
gotta
things
think about,
first,
man.
working
It's
on your health.
like, we have a time limit really with this
Yeah.
tattooing. Like
yeah.
you can't, because like you said, once you get a certain age, like them 8-hour, 9-hour sessions,
Mhm.
5 days a week, 6 days a week,
Can't do that no more.
Yeah.
I realistically can't do that no more.
Yeah, now, like you said, like shit, my neck, back hurt. Got a kid now, so sleep it ain't as much as it.
Yeah, man. That's why we in the gym, man. That shit helps so much, bro.
Yeah. But I would never like lose the passion of tattooing.
I won't lose
Yeah.
the passion.
I
But
feel like right now, I feel like I'm in my LeBron era right now. I just feel like I'm just going. Like I'm not putting no limit on it. I'm like, but I
Going
did say
to-
if I ever lost the love, then I would walk away and go ahead and give it to someone else. What I know from
like
the
that.
the
Pass the torch.
piggyback off of what I
that's
need.
dope.
But right now I'm just building off the passion of what I have. Like I'm just going day by day, year by year.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and it's still exciting for me. Like right now, I still see I can grow a lot, like a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And
Me
that's the
I
enjoyment
see
out
the
of it.
same for myself.
Yeah.
I never look at a good artist and be like, oh shoot, I can get there. It's like, no, I can like elevate more.
Oh yeah.
I never be like, oh, I'm not good. It's like, no, I can get better. That's why I just have a get better mindset.
Yeah, the industry is always improving, so it's like
Mhm.
if you need motivation, just look at your peers, bro. Because
Mhm.
I just going scrolling on IG and see some new artists that does some new style that I never seen.
Yeah,
Like,
I
you
never
know
get
what?
jealous. I
like
just be
that,
like,
yeah.
ooh,
And that shit motivate me, man. It's
wanna
like
try it.
I wanna go right back into the lab, like
Yeah.
and put some shots up, man. I just want to go. Like I was like,
Yeah.
man, I want to try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I saw that this morning. It's this artist in I think Italy or Europe somewhere. He basically like does a lot of abstract tattoos, but he like he gets like paintbrushes and dips into like the stencil.
Kinda like
ink.
trash poker.
Yeah, I seen
In
that.
a way, kind of yeah.
Yeah.
It's like there's like some black, some random like basically just paintbrush strokes, and then he might do like some shapes and stuff like that. But it's like you usually have like some black, and then you have just like some colors, and it just it doesn't necessarily like create a certain image, but it's like it just flows with the body and it looks real nice. And I'm like, man, that'd be dope to like just to try that out. So when it's like, I see myself like, damn, I wonder one day I can just shift
Over here.
Cause just like you look at artists like Lil B, right? Like he used to
Oh,
be
yeah.
like black and gray
Oh, yeah,
realism,
yeah,
right?
realism.
Now he's
Then hit
Japanese,
that,
bro.
then
So
he'll
it's
hit
like-
that bold line right there. Like I think that's why I'm not. That's why like I'm not bored with it.
Yeah,
Because
you can
for so
always
long
switch it
people
up.
try to make me pick a side. I remember when I first got in the shop, it's like, well, what do you do? So I do everything. You don't do everything. I was like, well, I like everything, and I'm just a student of all. I love all this shit.
Yeah.
So one day, man, you might see me. I might go do new school,
Right,
Yeah.
and I might fucking do realism. Then I might put my hand at hyperrealism. Like I'm just trying shit because
Yeah.
I mean, there's no limits to this.
right.
Like,
Why not? Right.
because I feel like once I get bored with this, I change whatever I want to do.
Yeah, and I told people like right now, like I'm getting bored of anime, like, and then
Yeah.
but I always
There's only so
carefully-
many you can do.
Yeah,
After a
I
while.
say it all
You
the
know,
time.
the anime is fun, man. I love it.
Yeah. I
Like
love
I'll
anime.
never get tired of doing it, but it does come with limitations. I say because
Or I say I'm burning out.
Yeah.
You can't be as creative with it, right? Because you usually have to
Oh,
have
yeah,
like
that
So you got to stamp what's
yeah,
there.
yeah.
I'm
so-
drawing somebody's art.
Right.
Yeah.
They create.
So
Yeah.
I think after a while, like, yeah, it's like you start to yearn, like, all right, I want to like just have like do what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
But I always tell them, it's like, even when new people who never met me, I say, okay, this is what I'm known for. So that's why I never say anime anymore. I say color. I'm known for color,
Mm-hmm.
but I do everything now. So I'm already in the transition of how to label myself.
I just say straight realism at this point.
Okay.
yeah.
I just say straight realism, but I do everything.
Mm-hmm. That
Cristian,
messy tattoo?
if you see yourself doing like if you switch up Cristian from lettering and black and gray, real, it's like what's one style you could dabble in the future? Just at least a little bit. You do a little Japanese or something, right?
Really, to be honest, to be completely honest, I don't see myself doing any other style.
Okay.
I mean, I love it, lettering to the end. To be
Man.
honest with you, when I do black and gray, yeah, I am happy about it, but it feels more of a work
Right.
rather than like when I do lettering. I
It's just
have
like you just having fun with it.
I have.
I
fun with
see.
it.
I always see Christian does come in with a different energy when he does lettering.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
See, that's dope.
I respect you, man. Like I lettering, that's not my strong suit.
Mhm.
I love to do imagery. It's like, man, like what y'all do, man, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Cause I'm so much in my head. Like if one little thing is like,
Yeah.
it could be the smallest thing. If it's not like how I want it to be, I'm like,
I'm not posting this shit.
Yeah, it's
for
very
real.
tedious
man,
for sure. And you
nah,
just
bro.
gotta,
yeah, it's beautiful, bro. Just to see it like when it's so clean and it's just laid out how it's supposed to be, man. It's amazing, bro.
It has no rules.
that.
Maybe one day in the future we have a lettering episode, man. You know, get
Yeah,
Cristian
man.
on, maybe
Hey,
get
just
another
don't,
lettering artist on or
We'll
something,
see
man.
one of these days.
Yeah, one
Don't
of
give
these
Christian the font.com lettering.
No,
You don't like that.
Don't do that.
Hey, I live on defund.com, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Shout
Y'all
out,
want
man.
some? Okay, I can do this. All right, cool.
Black Sword. I already know what font I'm about to use.
Right.
Hey,
Classic, baby.
same font I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use the same one.
Yeah, all I say is like if you want to come to me, just please always just ask for some custom
Yeah.
stuff.
It's like if you go to Cristian for lettering and you get like some Photoshop or some font, you basically just went to like an expensive steakhouse and got chicken fingers or something, bro. It's like
Mhm.
you
Y'all know
just
how I
I
feel.
see
wasted.
people do that.
I know how I feel about chicken Alfredo at them 5-star. Y'all know who I'm
Right.
talking about.
But man, like I said, we had a great conversation, man, discussion today, bro. Before we wrap up, you got like one last point you want to kind of end with,
Man,
or you done said it all? You felt like
I feel like I left it all on the table, man.
Yeah, man.
I
Yeah.
left it. I left it. I
should
left
be.
it. I left it all. I put it all out there on the field for everybody
yeah,
to
man,
dissect.
we appreciate you for that, bro.
Um,
Like
I
definitely,
appreciate y'all for having me, man, and allowing me to tell my story
Yep.
nah, for real,
and
bro.
allowing me to just give a different perspective about everything. Because everybody probably thought I was gonna, the viewers probably thought I was gonna come in here and talk about color and doing all this other stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and it ain't about that. You know
Nah,
what I'm
bro,
saying?
it's deeper than that, bro.
For sure.
The mindset for real.
For real, man. Well, again, man, appreciate your time, bro. And shit, that's a wrap for this episode, y'all, man.
All right,
Yeah,
peace.
man.
Hell yeah.
All right. Got Christian.